G'day, Sam Marwood here, and welcome to another episode of ORICoop's interview series on how we create a social movement of organic farming across Australia. We get to interview Carolyn Suggate, the founder of ORICoop. She is the whole reason why we are here. It is rare to get an interview with Carolyn. She likes working behind the scenes, but I've been trying to get her more and more in front of cameras and just out there talking because she's great. She's got so much knowledge. She's so passionate. She's a great inspirer. So I hope you enjoy. She unpacks why she started ORICoop, how things are going, and what her hopes are for the future. Remember to reach out if you love what we're doing. We want to hear from you. We want to grow this movement and get lots of land utilised for organic and regenerative farming. All right, well, hey guys, welcome to another episode of How to Make an Organic Farming Movement from Scratch, brought to you by the amazing people at the Organic and Regenerative Investment Co-op, also known as ORICoop. And today, right now, I am talking with the founder of ORICoop, the amazing Carolyn Suggate. Carolyn, welcome.
Thank you, Sam.
Now, I know this is your favourite thing, is to get in front of a camera and talk about yourself, but that is the topic of today's episode. We want to learn about why you started ORICoop, Carolyn, and the lessons you have had, and also how things may have changed from the original vision you had of starting ORICoop and where things are at now. I'm really looking forward to this. I know there's lots of people who love ORICoop who are keen to hear from you. So thank you for your time. Thank you for standing out in one of your paddocks. You're at home at the moment?
I am, Sam. I am. I guess ORICoop started from my own dream of wanting to enable more people to be able to farm more land without the need or the risk, the high risk of debt on farms. And I guess having come from a farming background and having seen the journey, my own journey, and a lot of other of my peers, both taking on family farms and not taking on family farms, is to try and work out a way that the Australian people and consumers of organic products can actually engage with not just the food that they eat, but the actual land where that food comes from. So it's a very big picture concept that started a long time ago, and I feel like ORICoop's just the smallest taste of what can be a whole movement of people that are much more connected with their own food, from where they invest to where they eat to where they actually, see food produced.
Mm. So has organic food been a passion of yours, Carolyn, for ages? And also you've got a bit of a history in farm acquisitions as well. So do you have this passion for farming and then also organic farming and buying and purchasing farmland? Is this all just a mash of all your passions and knowledge over the last few years?
I think it is a mash, and I think that entities become amazing movements through those mashed principles and purposes. So I see ORICoop as a mash of a lot of people's different principles, not just my own. I think I obviously started the worm in a way, and it's just building, and I hope that it just continues to do that with our member involvement and with people becoming part of our journey, and also us learning from their journey. I come from a dairy farm down in Gippsland, a very conventional dairy farm. My parents aren't organic farmers, but I went overseas and worked on a farm after year 12 and really saw just how industrial the world of food production was, and realised that I didn't really want to be part of it in that form. So I did a lot of other things in 15 years over that time professionally, and came back to the thing of I really wanted my children to be able to experience what it is to grow their own food. And so that's why we went out and bought the farm that we could afford within our means without any family support, despite my parents having their own farm in Gippsland. And through that journey, it was really that started to demonstrate that people really want to be engaged, not just with the food that we produce, but actually with the land that we farm as well. And I think that's where I just think that there's a mash between the food that we eat and the land and the the camping experiences and what we want to teach our children. That is all meshed together in there.
And that's brilliant, and it really does come through with ORICoop, Carolyn, how you've gone about setting this up. I think you could have just said, all right, we'll buy farms. That's it. But I think at least half of what ORICoop really is about is bringing people along for the journey and being influenced by everyone who cares about organic farming. And that was obviously a deliberate intent for you with ORICoop. I don't think you would have set it up if that wasn't a key part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I used to work, you mentioned the land acquisition. So I used to work with, corporate agriculture and institutional funds being able to invest into, dairy and, other large-scale agricultural operations. And I think it was through that I realised that that's not what I wanted to create, because it creates a corporate farming that's a distance from the people that manage it, it's distance from the people that invest in it. And fundamentally, it's really about extraction of the land and about return for investors, not about, a balanced ecosystem. So I guess it took me another 5 years to really find and understand, why cooperatives are the way they are and why that could be, one of the structures that we considered. It wasn't the only one, but it's the one that I feel like meets the needs of the social principles as well as the financial side of it, as well as actually looking after the land and the people that farm it as well at the same time.
It's great. It is. Yep. I appreciate you bringing me along that journey, Carolyn. Now I want to get into some nitty gritty. Can you, after getting ORICoop off the ground, what are 3, even at least one? Let's go with at least one. The best things about setting up ORICoop. I'd love for you to get to 3, but just a reflection over the years of what's the best thing? What are the best things?
Yeah, I think what you mentioned right at the beginning, Sam, I think bringing other people along for the journey. I think that I've met and I've come across and I've engaged with and collaborate with and now partner with so many people beyond you'd ever do if you just had your own business. We've run our own business for 10 years and, we've been in amongst our community and we've done all that. But I love the fact that ORICoop is a national cooperative that is seeking to really become a movement of social change in the food that we eat, how we educate our kids, how we help farmers to farm, and then ultimately the food that we produce as well. And I think that part of it is what makes me get out of bed every morning. That part of it makes me just go, I just want to see this be able to be possible.
That is great. And getting out of bed is a hard thing to do if you haven't got that passion and you're voting in spades, Carolyn. All right, now let's go the opposite. What has been maybe one of the hardest things? What is that one thing that you didn't want to get out of bed because of with ORICoop?
I think the hardest thing is just the regulatory environment. I think I wish we could pick up ORICoop and take it to America where there's really lax corporations law and financial regulatory systems that actually empower entrepreneurs and innovation. I think the navigating through the financial regulatory process in Australia has been incredibly draining and also resource draining, but also people trying to find the right people that can actually navigate that as well. We've engaged with some amazing people that have helped us through that journey and are actually helping us on an ongoing basis. But I had no idea how complex that part of our journey was going to be, even just in terms of the crowd-funded equity laws and the corporations law versus cooperative law and the way that all of that meshes together or doesn't mesh together. So I really look forward to facilitating that to change, but we certainly didn't expect that to be as hard as it has been.
So, Carolyn, the vision of ORICoop is to preserve great farming land, so organic and regenerative farming land for the long term. Has that vision changed with you starting up ORICoop and even the years before ORICoop was even formed, or not? And then also, is it just how to get there? Has it unfolded in a different way than that you thought it would be or would?
I think it has definitely deepened in its intentions. And, first we originally started with the intention that we would just buy farmland, offer a return to investors, and we'd have members as part of that. And now, the members are a much, much larger proportion of it. The interest in, tax deductible recipients or, partnerships of aligned investors. and real returns that are balanced with ecological returns. All those things have become much stronger influences than we had probably expected at the beginning. And also, just trying to reflect the reasons why it's a cooperative in the first place, and the security of that, versus the reservation of cooperatives that unfortunately is quite paramount in Australia. I come from an area where Murray Goulburn was obviously very strong in the dairy industry, and unfortunately the damage that sort of those outcomes have done to the cooperative sector, versus in the EU and the UK, where we use a lot of our learnings from, and also the US, the cooperatives are seen as a really strong model, a really strong business model, a strong investment model of really community engaged enterprises, and that's really what we're trying to overcome and trying to break down.
So, Carolyn, you've got the vision, and now things are really starting to take shape. What do you want to do over the next couple of years? What are the things that will keep you getting out of bed, the tangible things that you want to deliver?
Yes, I think, through the support of the Farming Together project, we've done this incredible sort of journey of, hills and mountains. I like to, articulate it as that we thought it was going to be a hill, and we got over the hill, and then it became a mountain on the other side. And, I think originally we thought we were going to invest in farms first. It's become really apparent that there's a real need in Australia for existing dormant land to be able to be utilised to a higher purpose, and also that retiring existing organic farmers and existing retiring farmers actually have a pathway to step back without having to feel like they need to sell the farm or they need to subdivide the farm. And so we're seeing just a great demand for that. And that's something that we very much underestimated at the beginning. And that's what I'm really excited about, is seeing, dormant land or land that's not been farmed well, and getting that into really good organic farm production with the help of, great farm managers. And then actually enabling retiring farmers to stay actively engaged with their land, while being able to step back and actually find a life and, move beyond their farm that's probably consumed the majority of their lives to that point.
I love that. I love that whole transition pathway that ORICoop can set up. So for people who want to get in, all the way to people who want to get out, but know that they've got people around them that can farm or keep the farm going in the way that they want it to, and that spent those years building that farm under those organic principles or regenerative principles, and to know someone's going to come on and love it just as much as them, I think is so valuable. Another reason why I love ORICoop. So well done, Carolyn. So now we're a couple of years past, and now you're thinking, what are you going to do by 2030? Where do you want ORICoop, and what are the things that are going to happen?
Yeah, I think it's a great question, Sam. I think it's really important to look at that long-term vision. We were with a really exciting business last week, and he talked to us about his 3-year journey to finding organic product and finding large volumes and stable, committed for the long term organic farmers. And so I guess what we really want to do is position ORICoop to be able to meet those demands. So when processors want to do an amazing innovative product, they've actually got a group of farmers through one organisation that can grow carrots or grow herbs or grow whatever it is that they want in their business. And then we've got farmers that actually are growing to a demand rather than growing to a wholesale market that they may or may not know is secure.
That certainty, I love it. A key thing for farming. Imagine if you knew you could sell all the produce you could grow. Revolutionary. I love that. I love it. Well, Carolyn, one last question. I appreciate your time, and I love that we're giving people insight behind you, because you are the key driver behind ORICoop, and you don't like the limelight, but we need you out there more. This is why I love this. If people right now are no doubt clicking to become members of ORICoop, because they can multitask as they're watching or listening to this, what do you hope for them as members? What do you want them to be doing, and what do you want them to be feeling as they sign up to become a member?
Yeah, so we love the fact that we've got members from all different walks of life across Australia, so from nearly every state. And we've got, farmers who are members. So we've got a fantastic community of really good organic and biodynamic farmers who are part of ORICoop. We've also got people that are actively interested in the investment space. So they're really keen to invest into projects that are coming up that might be a processing facility, or it might be a small farm, or it might be a large farm eventually. And we've also got, people that are consumers that just love to buy from their own local co-op, and they want to just be part of actually what is a movement. I guess becoming part of ORICoop is becoming part of like an organic and regenerative family, in a sense that we are trying through technology to actually enable members to be connected despite being geographically isolated or in different states or different communities.
I love it. And that's, I guess, the power of the internet. We couldn't have done this 15 years ago. So it's great timing. And what about also as a farmer, or we have a new online portal as well, Carolyn, where people can say they're growing produce or they want to buy produce. That's open to members as well.
Yeah, so we've obviously been testing lots of different technology, and with testing technology, some works, some doesn't, some engages, some doesn't. With our partnership with the Open Food Network, we're enabling farmers, small and large scale farmers, to be able to tap into, a collective group of other producers and then be able to market their products. We've got relationships with some of the largest retailers and wholesalers in Australia, and we can actually then tender and enable our farmers to be price makers rather than price takers. And we want to just really empower take the power back to the farmers, so they actually are growing a high level product that then enables a fair price for our farmers.
Another novel and amazing concept, Carolyn. I love it. ORICoop's got so much to it. We'll leave it there, Carolyn. We hope the internet wasn't too bad for this recording. That's just another example of us being out and about in the regional areas of Australia. But Carolyn, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the energy that you put into ORICoop and for setting this up. We all really do appreciate it. We all want to see it thrive. And we all want to see you get up every morning and keep pushing. We want to see it to succeed. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Sam. And thanks to all of our partners and all of our members and our board members and all the people that have connected with ORICoop anywhere in the last 12 months. And I did want to just acknowledge around the parrot, Farming Together's support of our project and how they've really championed, a number of really innovative projects. And we look forward to really working with them over the next, ongoing beyond our project to share some of the, breakthroughs that we hope that we will achieve.
Absolutely. They've been amazing supporters. And if you guys want to support, jump onto Facebook, jump onto the website. I think there's Carolyn's emails on there. Get on and get in contact with Carolyn. But thank you, everyone, for watching, and we'll provide more updates soon. Cheers.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks for your attention. We hope you really enjoyed that interview. We are the Organic and Regenerative Investment Co-operative. We would love for you to sign up, become a member, follow us on all the social media accounts, connect with other like-minded people who want to see organic farming thrive across Australia. Please watch the other videos in our series as well, and share amongst your friends and family. But please do get in contact. We'd love to chat.